Good morning and welcome to this session of the Creatress Rising Sisterhood. Welcome, sisters, and thank you so much for being here. Today we have a very special guest. Her name is Sadie Marquardt, and she is a fantastic belly dancer. She is one of the most watched belly dancers on YouTube. One of her videos has reached over 40 million views. 30 million views. And Sadie has been traveling the world, immersing herself in the cultures of Egypt and where belly dancing comes from. I'm really looking forward to this interview with you, Sadie. Thank you so much and welcome to the Creatress Rising show.
Thank you so much, Tamara, for having me. And I'm just so excited to share with the listeners and everybody about belly dancing and what the incredible benefits and why it has just fascinated me for 25 plus years now.
Amazing. Sadie, how did you start your belly dancing journey?
So I think that I had somewhat of some type of fascination with belly dance from a very young age, although I'm not exactly sure where it came from. But my mom made me a belly dance costume because she told me that I wanted to be a belly dancer for Halloween, because we celebrate Halloween here and we get dressed up, when I was about 10 years old. So I do have pictures of that, and her and I have talked about this several times, like, where did that come from? Because she never had anything to do with it. She doesn't recall me having any exposure to it on any level. So there was that seed was planted at a very young age, somehow, some way. And then at about the age of 19, I had always wanted to be a dancer when I was a little girl. I was in all kinds of activities. I was in gymnastics and swimming and Girl Scouts and things like that. But for some reason, I never was in dance classes, even though that was what I spent all my free time doing. So Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, Madonna, all the, Paula Abdul, those were all my idols. And I would watch their videos and I would teach myself how to dance their dances. And I would get the neighborhood kids together and I would choreograph dances. So I was always dancing. And then for some reason, I never was in dance classes. And then when I was about 19, it just kind of dawned on me, like, I want to really, really learn how to dance. Like, I want to take some dance classes. So that seed was planted. And then at some point I was driving in my car and I literally heard an advertisement from a woman who then became my teacher later. She was promoting a business where she did something called Bellygrams. So it was a belly dance version of a singing telegram. I don't know if you guys do that there. Yeah. So in the US, we have this thing called a singing telegram. So for somebody's special occasion or birthday or anniversary, you can hire a person to kind of dress up in character, show up at the door of the party and sing happy birthday or sing a song. It's kind of a fun tradition. I don't know how long it's been around, but
yeah, okay. I've seen it on movies. Yep.
Yeah. So my teacher took a new approach to that with sending a belly dancer. And she had a pretty successful little business with that for a while. Amazing. So she was advertising that on the radio and I heard it. I literally pulled my car over to the side of the road. This was in the late 90s. So there was no smartphones. There was no cell phone. So I literally had to pull over and be like, write down everything that I heard on the radio as much as I could to try to locate this person. Because when I heard the word belly dance again, just like this light went off, like, I have to know more about this. And I did. I went home and I looked in the yellow pages, the phone book, and I called her and she sent me her information by the mail. And I started classes with her immediately and I never stopped. So that was how it began.
Yeah. it feels like it was just a calling for you, you know. It doesn't matter where you were in the world, where you were born, or how. It was just that was your purpose, and no matter what happened, you were going to find it and live out this passion of belly dance. It's awesome. And so, Sadie, what is it about the cultural aspect of belly dance? Because you've done a lot of trips back to Egypt and I'm sure other places as well. What is it about the cultural aspect that you wish every woman understood? All of these sisters in the Creatress Rising, what do you want us to really understand about the culture of belly dance?
Well, I think for me personally, the cultural aspect is one of the most important and beautiful aspects of this art form and of this dance. I find it so refreshing and comforting to know that there is a lineage and a tradition for women preserved within Arabic culture and Egyptian culture, that this dance was passed down through folklore, through mother to daughter, grandmother to daughter, to daughter to daughter. And it has survived like this, we know for sure, for hundreds of years. We don't know exactly how old belly dance is. We don't have all the historical research needed to know that, but it's pretty strong suggestion, especially from the culture when I go back to Egypt, that this is a very old dance and it has been passed down and it has been preserved during times when it would not be okay to have it be known that, you know, people were doing this outside of the confines of their home, you know. It's also not 100% known what was the function and the purpose of this dance. Was it only for fun, or was there more information being shared through the lineage of women of this dance? And I think that there was more to be shared. I think, you know, it might change from family to family, mother to mother, mother to daughter. But I think there was just a lot of wisdom and a lot of healing that was passed down. And also just part of going to Egypt. I mean, I think people are fascinated with Egypt on so many levels. And I honestly haven't explored a whole lot of Egypt outside of the dance aspect. I mean, I've gone to the pyramids and I have gone and seen the temples on the Nile, but it's always through the lens of dancing. And I just don't know that I'd even want to experience Egypt any other way than through the lens of dancing. It is such a beautiful gateway into the culture, just like maybe other people might, their entry point might be food or history. Mine is through dancing. And I have found personally, being a Westerner, being a white woman from the United States of America, I have found such an incredible, beautiful connection with people from other cultures, not just Arabic cultures, but all cultures around the world, that we are all united in this dance. And there is some type of energetic community that is really built around this dance that is so profound, so incredible. Like, you know, for example, just a few days ago, I was part of a fundraiser for the Ukrainian efforts to help Ukrainian dancers and families right now. And we raised over $7,000, just a few of us little dancers in the belly dance community. So the community aspect is just, it's so beautiful. I just don't know how we move forward in life or we make any positive impacts or changes without some type of a community. And this dance really offers a global community on a deep and profound level. And then that ability to also connect with people from other cultures to really tap into our humanity. I mean, how do we understand our humanity if it isn't through our interactions with other people?
Beautiful. And what is it about moving your body and moving your body in this particular way of, you know, for me, it's like I watch belly dancing and it's like the embodiment of feminine beauty, really, isn't it? And it's like, and so what is it about moving your body in this way that is so important to you?
I think I'm still discovering that all the time. And I have to admit that I am not a wizard with words. You know, some people are really good with expressing their experience through words.
Yeah.
I'm not actually. I'm really good at expressing my experience through movement. So I can't even verbalize 100% what it is that dance offers me. All I can say is that I am 25 years into this journey with dance, and specifically belly dancing, which is known as Raqs Sharqi in Arab speaking countries. And I just feel like it's continuing to develop. It's continuing to evolve. I'm learning more all the time. And there's just something so healing and so, what's the word? Like, I just have such autonomy over my body and my experience in my body through this art form and through this dance. There's such an intuition about it that I feel that even when people come to this dance, of course, they want to learn the techniques and they want to learn how to do it the right way. But pretty early on, I would say from the very first class, you can go home and through your own body and through your own experience and your own intuition, start to explore this dance. You know, there's really an interface with each unique person with this dance that I haven't really experienced in any other form of movement. This has been the most organic, natural, expressive form of movement for me as a woman, personally.
Mm. And so what is it about belly dancing that helps your creatress to rise, helps you create that feminine life force energy within your body?
I think simply by the fact that it just keeps it activated. It's just, no matter what's going on in my life, how long I step away, whatever circumstances, conditions are happening at any time, I can just begin the practice of dance. And, you know, maybe in the moment, because this is true with everything, I might hem and haw to get there, right? I don't know if I want to do that right now. I don't feel like doing anything. But I just trust the process now that I know that if I just get up and I just do the practice, within minutes, everything shifts. My mindset shifts. My body softens. My body opens. My circulation goes. My creativity comes. Everything just gets on deck again. So it's literally a life force to me that it's like, I mean, I can step away from it for a while. Sometimes I have to. Life calls. But that practice is always there for me. And at this point, I just know what it does for me. That no matter how I feel like, I don't want to do that today. Yes, I know, but we know what it does for us. So let's go.
Yeah, fantastic. And just lastly, is like when you find yourself in those kind of negative places, you might be angry or sad or just raw. Do you move it out? Do you go, you know, shut your bedroom door and have a particular kind of dance or movement that really helps to shake that stuck energy free?
I do. I do, but maybe not in the way that people think. It's not like an immediate, like, oh, I'm going to go do this combination or this dance to do that. First, I know that I just have to get present in my body, whether that could even be, maybe dance is not accessible to me in that moment. Maybe I'm out in public or something. So sometimes it could be a delayed, like maybe I might be going through something that gets me, like you said, in a state of mind that's not necessarily healthy or where I want to be. Maybe I can't deal with it in that exact moment. So I know that, okay, when I get home and I can find even 5 minutes to myself, I'm just going to put on the music, light the candle, make myself some tea, and I'm just going to start moving. I'm always really gentle about it with myself and with my students. I do think of it as a form of, it's like foreplay, if we think about it like that, right? I'm never just going to be like, okay, bam, 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 you know?
Yeah.
We need to drop in and settle in and have that transition period. And for me, I do enjoy keeping my dancing very much an intuitive practice as well, to where just start to move and then see what I'm feeling. You know, there might be a particular genre or type or mood of music that feels more applicable in that moment. And then once I open up a little bit, okay, let's see what else is here. Maybe I want to try something else, but I do feel like certain moods just feel, you know, we have something we call a veil. We dance with like a silk piece of fabric. It's a veil. There's times when just picking up the fabric and just, you know, dancing feels good. And then there's times where maybe I have a lot of pent up energy and maybe I'm going to shimmy really strong for 10 minutes, you know. I don't know that I have any go-to move. It's just, I kind of am pretty good at this point at checking in and being like, let's just start moving a little bit and kind of see where it goes.
Yeah, I love that you're checking in with how you feel each moment, and you are, you know, it's an expression of what's going on in your body, no matter what. And I feel like perhaps because you've been doing this for so long that no matter what state you're in, you're always checking in to feel what's going on in your body and how does that want to be expressed today.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful. So, Sadie, you were one of the very early adopters of putting dance classes online, and you have a huge library, Raqs Online, RAQS.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, RAQS, Raqs Online. A huge library there of videos. So if you guys want to go, if you're listening to this on the app, below this video is going to be some amazing classes from Sadie. I think there'll be some, you know, basic early on kind of, you know, get the moves together sort of video, and hopefully something a little bit more advanced for those who are ready to really start exploring their own body. And of course, if you want more after that, there'll be a link below where you can go and check out Raqs Online. Thank you so much, Sadie. It's been such a beautiful conversation and a really delightful, you know, window into the world of belly dance. So thank you so much for your time and coming to share that with us.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Really looking forward to shimmying and shaking with you all.